A lot of PhD students may not know where they wanted to end up.
Plenty of courage, I see. Not a bad mind either. There's talent, oh yes, and a thirst to prove yourself.
Sometimes I wish there is a sorting hat. This person should work in a startup. This person should be an R&D scientist. Oh, this is a nerd. She is definitely a writer. I'm an introvert and I am thankful that I don't end up being an MSL who have a whole life fit in a suitcase, travel and meet new KOL, go to conference every month.
Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin, eh?
If you are still in the early phase of PhD, then you can watch this video in 2 years. But if you are in the last stage of your PhD, not sure where to go after your highest qualification in academic training, this is the video for you. Welcome back to PhD Coffee Time. This is the online community for you as PhD student to get motivation, peer support, and practical tips during your PhD. One way is to make informational interview, which I have already detailed it with Vicky Sherwood in this video. But today I want to take another look is your introspective view of who you are as a scientist. What is something that everyone says you do the best? For me, it will always be editing paper, finalizing a manuscript, and you don't want to see me in the lab.
And this is the machine.
I'm a fan of Natalia's book called What's Out There for Me. During my unemployed time, after my postdoc contract has finished, I read it cover to cover. It was a really refreshing narrative that I needed to look into all the options I have, what are the introspective idea I had. It really was helpful for me. If you are at that stage, I highly recommend you reading her book maybe at the last year after PhD during your postdoc. So Natalia has reached out to me and asked me to review her recent product, Ontology of Value Test. It's like Aptitude test for career. If you have a lab member or if you have a family member who is doing PhD right now and you want them to get this introspective thinking process started, this would be a wonderful carbon-free Christmas present. I have learned a lot about myself from Natalia's test result. The best time to take Natalia's test is when you have a few days to really think about her questions and not to rush into them, because having an honest answer, not something everyone like to see, but what true to yourself, is really important. If you get the right decision move in your career stage early on, it's going to be helping you in the long run. It will pay off in dividends. So I think the cost of her test is like having a right mentor guide you through something over a dinner is worth every dollar. And I already taken the test. Today I'm going to share a part of the report with you. And if you think this test is interesting, I will put the link down below. So without further ado, I'm going to read out the test score. Your character as a professional. Who is Vera? Working style. I get the highest score in flexibility. Change is the only constant in life, and the only thing you can predict in research is the change of your project. So I think because of my time in PhD and postdoc, I have done a great job learning how to be agile and how to adapt to different change of priority without getting frustrated and still get things done. I rank quite low in independence in problem solving. I value working with people and I like to solve problems together as a team, and I make video my own. I still like to call it PhD Coffee Time instead of Vera Chan on YouTube. So the second parameter is the type of mind and resilience to stress. Quite a high, actually full mark in G. What is G? Improvisation and resilience to stress. Having to change country many times, having changed project many times. I think that has shaped my ability to cope with uncertainty. As long as you give me 3 months contract, I'm good and I'm happy. I think that is a way I have learned from my academic background, and this is really interesting to see. Quite a low score in J, competitiveness and self-confidence. Although I speak to the camera confidently, I edit out a lot of things that I have said, and I am not the most confident person. And in fact, the side effect of running a YouTube channel to me is to practice my spoken English, as well as to build my confidence. I do know inherently I'm not the most confident person, and if you see me in real life, I don't speak a lot and I like to keep my idea to myself. The third category is relations with people. Relations with people, I have 8 out of 10. Relation with superiors and authority, quite low in conflict management. And values and belief, capitalistic attitude. Well, having grown up in Hong Kong, and my mom is an entrepreneur, she is a small business owner with 2 persons in the company, I think I do appreciate capitalism. Spirituality and connection with intuitive mind, I have a low score. It's quite interesting to see which type I actually fit more into, and what are the attributes that fit like a manager, that fits as working in the corporate, for example. I do think this is a helpful tool not only for yourself. Once you get your result, I wouldn't stop there. I will start using that as a discussion point with your spouses, with your family, and find out whether or not they agree with what you found. Maybe you will find the better answer towards which direction of career path you should take next. So from the last test I have taken, my score as a freelancer was quite low because I'm not independent enough. My score being in a startup and being in a corporate structure was really high, and I don't score quite high for being academic professor, which is also consistent with this test. Having said that, I think getting different feedback about who you are as a person in general, setting aside whether you take a test or not, simply even having a conversation with people you are working with is a really important activity, because if you think you are good at something, you at least should get a second opinion on people assuring you that you are good at something. Most people assume that they are a better driver than the others. I've got feedback from my friend Chandon. He was in my car and I was trying to stop for a traffic light, and I didn't stop gradually. I remember he was screaming, stop, 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 stop. Yeah. I'm sorry, Chandon. Since then, I have gone to driving school. They are called street survival classes designed for teenagers in America. And I'm a 30-year-old in the same classroom with all of these mom and dad who have brought their child to correct their driving skills. Since then, I've been a lot better at driving. Not only you are self-aware about who you are and just be proud of who you are and what you're scoring high, I think what's more important is know what is your weakness, make it stronger in the future. That's the whole point of getting such a test. So to conclude this video, to give you one more practical tip, when you are trying to get feedback from someone, most of the time people, they are trying to stay polite. They will say, oh, you're doing great, it's okay. Don't let the conversation stop there. You can ask this on the scale of 1 to 10 question. On the scale of 1 to 10, how much do you appreciate my presentation today? It's 8 out of 10 and 9 out of 10. And I ask, so what would make this 10 out of 10? And what is that one point that I could do better? Immediately, I switch that conversation into a constructive, how to fix Vera's type of conversation without having it being very personally attacking you have a bad talk. My suggestion is spend 10% of your week addressing these weaknesses, and in the end, you'll be invincible. Like now, I'm a great driver. Just kidding. I hope you don't see me in real life driving a car. I wish you well. I hope this video is a good introduction to another creative tool. This platform is all about sharing what the new available tags for PhD students, so you can better support your study and your career exploration. So if you try Natalia test, comment below what do you think about that. I'm sure she will love to see these comments. I hope you will take a look and consider supporting her business. This will also be a way you can support this channel. as well as introspectively evaluating who you are as a young professional. If you're learning something today, please make sure to hit the like button so that it really will help me reach more PhD students out there. Comment below, do you use already some of these tips? And share this with anyone that you're working with so that everyone can progress a little bit more as a scientist. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next time.